You want to support Roland Martin Unfiltered? Be sure to join our Bring the Funk fan club. Every dollar that you give to us supports our daily digital show. There's only one daily digital show out here that keeps it black and keep it real. It's Roland Martin Unfiltered. Support the Roland Martin Unfiltered daily digital show by going to RolandMartinUnfiltered.com. Miranda, of course, a force behind Hamilton, came out with this movie, and a lot of conversation. Latinos excited. I mean, it was about New York, and it was about the music and the culture. But then when the movie came out, there were issues. There were issues with the movie because where were the Afro-Latinos? Where did they go? Why weren't they exhibited? Why were they only sort of extras in the movie? And so Lynn had to apologize for this. He actually released a statement. Y'all pull the statement up if you have it, please. This is the statement that he released. I started writing In the Heights because I didn't feel seen. And over the past 20 years, all I wanted was for us, all of us, to feel seen. I'm seeing the discussion around Afro-Latino representation in our film this weekend. It is clear that many in our dark-skinned Afro-Latino community don't feel sufficiently represented within it, particularly among the leading roles. I can hear the hurt and frustration over colorism, of feeling still unseen in the feedback. I hear that without sufficient dark-skinned Afro-Latino representation, the work feels extractive of the community we wanted so much to represent with pride and joy. In trying to paint a mosaic of this community, we fell short. I'm truly sorry. I'm learning from the feedback. I thank you for raising it, and I'm listening. I'm trying to hold space for both the incredible pride in the movie we made and be accountable for our shortcomings. Thanks for your honest feedback. I promise to do better in my future projects, and I'm dedicated to the learning and evolving we all have to do to make sure we are honoring our diverse and vibrant community. Siempre LMM. Now, you might remember Rita Moreno. She went on, I believe it was Stephen Colbert's show, and she had some thoughts about that. And this is what Rita Moreno said.
For a second, about that criticism about Lin-Manuel, that really upsets me.
Oh yeah, for the people who don't know, your friend and ours, Lin-Manuel Miranda, has been in the news.
He also co-produced my documentary. Yeah.
There's been some criticism for the lack of Afro-Latino people in the Heights, the movie adaptation of his play.
I mean, it's like
what do you make of that?
You can never do right, it seems. This is the man who literally has brought Latino-ness and Puerto Rican-ness to America. I couldn't do it. I mean, I would love to say I did, but I couldn't. Lin-Manuel has done that really single-handedly, and I'm thrilled to pieces, and I'm proud that he produced my documentary.
And so are you saying that while you may understand where people's concerns come from, that perhaps it's misplaced in criticizing him in this?
Well, I'm simply saying, can't you just wait a while and learn? There's a lot of people who are Puerto Rican, who are also from Guatemala, who are dark and who are also fair. We are all colors in Puerto Rico. Mm-hmm. And this is how it is. And it would be so nice if they hadn't come up with that and left it alone, just for now. I mean, they're really attacking the wrong person.
Now, after that, Rita Moreno got a whole lot of criticism. And Rita had to come out and say that, you know what? Yeah, I kind of messed up. I kind of messed up. She admitted that she was disappointed in herself for those comments. Friday, Real Time with Bill Maher. The conversation came up. And leave it to Mr. I'm white, but I can opine on anything, Bill Maher. This is what he had to say.
Reading also about Lin-Manuel Miranda this week, he of Hamilton fame and, won a Pulitzer Prize for it. He's got a new musical, The Heights, which is about Washington Heights. I know that neighborhood. My father parked in it every day of his life, going to New York, coming over from New Jersey, and then taking the subway down to Midtown. And he wrote the music and lyrics. His parents are Puerto Rican, came to this country from Puerto Rico. The book is by someone who's half Puerto Rican. It got 96% Rotten Tomatoes. People loved it. Great reviews, for which he has apologized profusely. Why? Well, there's Latinx performers, one black lead, but no Afro Latinx. The committee that makes note of everyone's skin tone discovered this, and then Lin-Manuel Miranda had to say, I'm truly sorry. I'm learning from the feedback. I thank you for raising it, and I'm listening. I promise to do better in my future projects. This is what I was talking about with Nikki. Please stop the apologizing. You're the guy who made the founding fathers black and Hispanic. I don't think you have to apologize to Twitter for... This is why people hate Democrats. It's cringy.
Between an oversight and an outrage, okay? And let me help them. As a white boy, I had to look this up because it's not my lived experience. But if you're a black woman giving birth, you're 4 times more likely to hit.
Not just in the United States, but all across the globe, white supremacy has caused even us and those of us in our communities to go through the light-skinned, dark-skinned thing because white has been defined as right. That's why you had black folks in America who passed. Because they said, I will have a better existence in this society if I'm white. Jane Elliott has challenged white America, saying, if you could trade places with somebody black, even if they're successful, would you? Hell no, the hands. Chris Rock, he said, no white man would trade places with me and I'm rich. So for Paul Begalia and Bill Maher, dismissive of the concerns also shows how they have no understanding of how deep this thing is. It has an economic impact. It has an impact on how you see yourself. See, it's real easy for 2 white men like Paul Begalia and Bill Maher to sit on television and say that because they've never been erased. They don't know what erasure is like. Black folks have had to deal with erasure in everything. The movie came out about Stonewall. Oh, gay folks were excited. How you erase the black people who actually made Stonewall real? Stonewall was led by black gay people. But Hollywood was like, no, y'all don't even exist. We could go down the line. How Hollywood consistently has to frame things through the white prism. Not the black star, but the white stars. George Lucas experienced this when he made Red Tails. Went to every major Hollywood studio. They said, hey, where are the white heroes? He said, the white people are the villains. The heroes are the black people. No, we need some white heroes. What Bill Maher and Paul Begalia don't get is that in American society, dark skin has always been seen like a savage. Ooh, you got nice hair. Ooh. When black and white people get together, they make pretty babies. We could go down the line. A few years ago, Afro-Latinos were criticizing Telemundo and criticizing Univision, saying, why am I seeing white Hispanics? Why are we not seeing darker hued folks on those networks, in the novellas, on the news? Colorism. Go to Haiti, colorism. Go to Jamaica, other places in the Caribbean, colorism. Go to Africa, where the bleaching creams sales have exploded. Why? Because in this world, white men and white women have said that whiteness reigns supreme. And so for Bill Maher and Paul Bagaya. They had the conversation. How about this, Bill? Why, if you wanted to discuss that, why didn't you book a Latino to be on the show? Yeah, I know you